and welcome my Sagittarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your 7-card draw. What do I need shadow read for this full moon in September to new moon in October 2021? And please forgive the happiness and the smiling on my face. I have a black monarch butterfly hovering right outside my front door. I can see it through the glass, and I have had well over 50 monarch caterpillars on my fennel and on my my flat leaf parsley, like for the season. And it's just lovely that they come back laying their eggs, maybe for another cycle. We'll see. Follow me on Instagram. I'm always taking pictures of them. I mean, at one point my fennel just looked like it was just all caterpillars. They ate everything else. So cool. So let's get up in this gig. If you are new to my channel, a 7-card draw is nothing more than 1 card from 7 different card systems, getting you clues, tips, and hints about a specific timeline, in this case a waning moon from full to new. The full moon in Pisces, but it goes void, of course, the same moment it goes full. It's an astrological thing, boogie oogie oogie, right? So it's in Pisces, but the second it goes full, it goes void, of course, and that is on Monday, September 20th at 7:55 p.m. So you have the whole day, pretty much till 7:55 p.m. Eastern time. I am in New York. To do, you know, whatever it is you're going to do for your full moon. It does go void, but then it goes into Aries at 11:13 p.m. on Monday as well. So you can still work that full moon energy just with Aries energy after that. Then 2 days after that, we have the 22nd, which is Maven, autumnal equinox, equal day, equal night, perfect time for stuff. However, we will be doing it maybe still in the orb of the full moon, but we're going in to the waning moon. So a good time to balance things out, inner and outer. Read my book, Words of Grace. Every chakra chapter pretty much is connected to a Sabbath, 8 Sabbats, 8 chakras, whatever. And then 2 days after that or so, let's see, that's on the 22nd, 5 days after that, Mercury goes retrograde. On Monday, September 27th, goes direct, October 8th, but before it goes direct, we've got the new moon in Libra, Wednesday, 7:05 a.m. On the 6th, and then the same day Pluto goes direct. So it's like, whoa, we better get ready for the shadow work. And that's what this is, a shadow read, getting you clues, tips, and hints about what you need to waning moon, right? Let go of, release, reduce, minimize in a healthy way, alchemize, forgive, surrender. You know the deal if you're watching my channel, and if you're not, it's the thing to do. Shadow work seems to be the in vogue thing. Not that some of us haven't been doing it since jump. So let's get up in this gig. It is a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs to get more information about this timeline we're about to look at. Maybe another aspect of that timeline involving different people, places, and things. And if you would like to book me for a private reading, I am taking clients in person, but not everybody. Obviously, I'm in New York, not flying to California for a reading. I am right around the corner from Islip MacArthur Airport, though. We could say that. I did a video called Booking a Reading with Mal. Not just how to do it, but what goes on before, during, and after, and I highly recommend it, right? People say, well, how much do you charge? I'm like, watch the video. It explains everything all at once, and it's fun. Other than that, if you would like to check out my book, Words of Grace, I am the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo of Lyons. You can call me Mal, author of Words of Grace and all that jazz. Links in the description box. I'm tired of explaining. I want to get into the reading, don't you? Both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. I will do the same to get you the clarity, guidance, and grace I can from the divine through my nervous system, working with these card systems for your well-being and for the well-being of all. All the decks that I read are always in the bottom of the description box because, you know, live and let live. Fairly take, fairly give. Breathe. Ah, yeah, here we go. Very intense, beautiful, heart-opening meditations for myself this morning. So let's see what hits the table as I call upon my collective pantheons of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters, general assembly, the higher selves of all involved, fifth dimension and above, eighth chakra and above, as well as the totems and spirit animals for the Sagittarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading. What is their dominant eighth chakra archetype going on, affecting every chakra underneath it, really setting the pattern, the tone, the program for their alchemy, their healing, their journey, this full to new. Well, I'm gonna say, if you're watching this video, you're pretty brave, unless you understand what the slave archetype is, right? Oh, visions of Britney Spears and a boa constrictor, the shadow and the light. Every archetype is neutral, a balance of lead to gold. It's a spectrum, a scale, if you like. This is a wild card family archetype. So it can play itself out in all sorts of different ways, just like a wild card in a card game. The shadow attribute, giving your willpower to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices. Yeah, it's abdication of power. The light attribute, however, surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. Thy will be done for the well-being of all and harming none, as I will it, so let it be done, right? It's a throat chakra thing, the sacred truth of the throat chakra. It's in my book, Words of Grace, but it's also in Anatomy of the Spirit by Carolyn Mace, which is who I learned it from originally back in the 90s or something, to make the choice. The sacrament of confession, talk to the divine. It's like, I have no idea what you want me to do. Here, you show me. But then you're no longer beholden to what goes on out there. It's no longer purely that horizontal relationship, it's vertical. So a high power. This is how the slave becomes the master, spiritually speaking, right? And I have dealt with so many archetypal slaves in my career, people slaves to their marriage, slaves to their kids, slaves to their careers, their companies, right? The higher ups. And those are necessary, right? Absolutely, those are necessary. Family dynamics, codependence, addictions, right? All of those things, surrendering to a horizontal power, are necessary for your soul's growth. It just is. It's like lifting weights, right? How are you going to develop muscle if you don't exercise it, right? So what are the next four chakras? Oh, that black monarch is just going, woo, right at my window, just like a tramp stamp. Let's go here. What's going on the next four chakras down? If you consider this as mystical power, then you have spiritual power, crown, mental power, third eye, willpower, choice, decision, I surrender my will to the divine, and emotional power, the heart chakra, and there's that. I think I've only coughed once or twice this morning, and it's already afternoon, so I'm going to say that there's something you got to cough up here. Let's look. These cards represent the divine feminine aspect of self, the internal world, the psychological world, the heart, throat, third eye, crown. So I call upon my goddesses of fire, the sign of Sagittarius, and the powers of the south. Please, what is the heart, throat, third eye, crown dynamic going on for the Sagittarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading, alchemizing the slave archetype, this full to new. Two of Pentacles, balance, good. Good. You are weighing your options, not like in a mental way, and not, right, that would be swords, not in an emotional way, that would be cups, not in wands, that would be what you want. I think you know what you want, but you're bringing yourself into balance. You're juggling a lot. Heart, throat, third eye, crown, because you are on a path of wisdom. When you, in my, how I read, you do you, if you're a reader, Pentacles, when it's heart, throat, third eye, crown, is usually about wisdom. So you are in the process of balancing what you know, not just here, but what you've actually experienced, and juggling that. Finding balance. This is the bull leapers, women who used to run at bulls, grab them by the horns, and flip over them. I don't know that that's where grab the bull by the horns comes from, and I'm not absolutely sure this is the origins of the running of the bulls of Pamplona, but you got to admit, right? It's a quite an acrobatic skill. So getting your balance inside of yourself. Let's go with that. And now we're going to look at the lower 3 chakras, completing the chakra spectrum, at least for these 8 chakras. There are a hell lot more. Heaven lot more, I guess. Root, sacrum, solar plexus, your relationship dynamics. Root chakra is tribal. Groups, right? Not just your family, right? Your political affiliations, your national affiliations, right? Just all of the different groups you belong to. And once you start, like I tell my students, the students that are doing, the deeper work, I said, take a day, and every time you put it on your phone, every time you see another tribe you're a part of that you don't even realize, just write it down. Do that for a week, right? You're gonna be like, oh my God, redhead, right? Purple head, whatever. Please take a nice deep breath. Second chakra is your one-on-one relationships, umbilical, right, to other people. Solar plexus is your relationship to yourself. So let's see what this is about with this slave archetype. Breathe. I have a feeling it's tribal. As I call upon my gods of fire, the sign of Sagittarius and the powers of the South, please, the Mythic Tarot, 1 card, lower 3 chakras, masculine, dynamic, them from the outside looking in, them from the inside looking out, maybe both of those things, but definitely impacting the lower 3 chakras in some way, shape, or form. Alchemizing, what do they need to know? Alchemizing this slave with that 2 of Pentacles, balance on the inner, what's going on the outer, this full to new. The Fool, Major Arcana, you are in between worlds. Between the worlds, Nancy Antonucci. You are between the worlds. Dionysus jumping off the cliff. Now, he's 3/4 god, by the way. His father Zeus, his mother Semele. I've heard it said different ways, but she's already the granddaughter of Cadmus and Harmonia. Harmonia is a goddess, the daughter of Ares and Aphrodite. So he's like 3/4 God, and that mortal part of him allows him to walk the earth. So this is faith in yourself. This is jumping off the cliff, something brand new. But remember, the Fool is not the first card of the tarot. It's a 0. 0 has no numeric value. It is in between the world, the universe in some decks, and the Magician, right? So it's this pause, this breath, and that's why you always, well, usually, can't speak for every artist rendition of the Fool card in every tarot deck ever made, or will be made, usually looking up, right? Tuning to something higher here, right? We got like a hawk behind him, the message is there, the guidance is there, and ready to take a leap. Let's keep going. What's the perfect healing mantra here from the Ascended Masters? Now, I'm allowed to call upon the Ascended Masters General Assembly, which is all of them, but I can also call by a subset, I guess is a good way to say it, like of true love or of healing. This is just about spirituality is what I'm getting. Please take a nice deep breath. I'm going to call in General Assembly. But I never know until the cards hit my hand. Yeah, Ascended Masters General Assembly, just because this is such a general reading, this could be in so many different areas of your life. As much as we love Major Arcana cards on the table, they are archetypal places, so this could be in several different ways in their lives simultaneously. I'm going to check your other signs. So, please, what is the perfect healing mantra to help them alchemize this slave archetype with balance within and the Fool without, this full to new? Dispelling sadness. I will feel better once I get the rest I need. And look, if you've been trying to manifest stuff and it hasn't shown up, because that seems to be the more than common denominator going on in the spiritual, New Age, Wiccan, pagan, you name it, magical, spiritual community. It's often because we've put so much work into it that we need the time to integrate, to rest. So if you are juggling because of sadness and disappointment, though they sound like different things, they vibrate on the same station, so to speak, the same frequency. So to give yourself the rest that you need. And that's why my guides have said, will you please stop trying to crank out so many videos in one day? We understand that's the masculine energy that's wanting to really go for it. And you're bringing yourself into balance to do that. But what does it take for that balance? The wisdom of rest. I will feel better once I get the rest I need. Otherwise, the nervous system is inflamed. Matt Kahn, the author of the Matt Kahn Healing Mantra deck, has given, I think, a brilliant definition of the ego, and one that's very easy to accept and be loving towards. That the ego is the personality that arises out of an inflamed nervous system. And what does an inflamed nervous system need? A break. It needs a vacation. It needs to sleep. It needs to rest. Hence, bringing yourself into balance, particularly if you are, and I will use a Carolyn-based term here, hemorrhaging your willpower to external forms. Work. Okay. Now, I know the people who watch my channel for a while, they know what's coming next. The Party Turner deck of the Whispers of Love Oracle. I love it, but all of a sudden you're like, oh, that's what we're dealing with. Please take a nice deep breath. As I call upon the pantheons of the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, what is the Whisper of Love Oracle for the Sagittarian Collective? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading, alchemizing the slave archetype, finding balance within, right? They need to know that that balance is available to them inside right now. Juggling, but, you know, balance with this leap off the cliff. In the physical world in some way, with the Fool, dispelling sadness at the same time, getting the rest they need, which is they don't have to pull the trigger on that Fool card right away. It's a waning moon. Maybe wait till new, right? But that you're bringing yourself into balance for that. So their own higher selves and the higher selves of all involved. What you got for them, the Whisper of Love, this full to new. Love makes the difference, and don't it just? Love can help heal past hurts and provide a sense of security, self-worth, and importance. Love is the answer, but that has fallen so deep into the bottomless pit of cliche that people forget how powerful it is. Heart chakra, the sacred truth of the heart chakra. Carolyn Mays, and in my book, Words of Grace, love is divine power. So love makes the difference, and sometimes that means loving your imbalances. Love heals all right? That's why I do those Path of True Love reads. If you haven't caught them, catch them. They're timeless. And I mean, you can watch them anytime. They're timeless. They are. So maybe this taking the leap, bringing yourself into balance, this might be like getting your balance here to surrender to a higher power, which is love, regardless of the lenses in front of that light. It's all love. It's all one. There's ultimately only one unity, otherwise it's not unity. So to maybe channel that love, to bring this throat chakra decision into a place of really balancing and opening your heart, and of course being loving to yourself, getting the rest that you need. This makes sense. This makes sense. But now we're going for it. The two newest decks to the DrawingTheCircle Productions divination team. We're going to do the Divine Animals Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. Yeah, I don't read from the bookie book for the Matt Kahn Healing Mantra deck. In other words, I try and keep to at least 2 bookie books. And I think you'll dig this one if you haven't caught this yet. Let's find out. Who are the totems and or animal spirits, because they're not the same thing, walking with you through this in your energy field, in the collective. Breathe. This takes a minute, though. Usually. As I call upon the pantheons of spirit animals and totems for the Sagittarian Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, please. What is the Divine Animal Oracle? Just a clue, a tip, a hint about the magic they can call upon from nature itself and the animal kingdom, helping them alchemize this slave archetype. Two of Pentacles, balance on the inner, Fool on the outer. Really, that feels like such a leap of faith, surrendering the will to the divine. Dispelling sadness by getting the rest that they need, getting that love makes the difference. That this can heal stuff, right? It gives them a sense of security, self-worth, and importance, because love is who we all really are. It's a different level of identification, certainly, but the experience of it is better than just saying, I am love. So please, what is the animals walking with them to help them with this full to new? If it was the butterfly, I would have peed my dining room table chair. It's not, but in some ways kind of better. I just want to see what the key word is. Well, the sea otter. I love otters, both animal and human form. I got a bunch. You don't know what I'm talking about, ask a gay friend. Card number 18. The key word here, transformation. Now, interesting. The totem for me for transformation tends to be the butterfly, so I'm going to go with that, because if it was the butterfly, I probably would have squealed. Squeal like a pig. Oh, poor Ned Beatty. Let's see. At least some of you are going to get that reference, and you're probably going, I can't believe he just said that. Please take a nice deep breath. I need the magnifying glass for this. Card number 18, the sea otter, very playful animal. Transformation. Transformation is a true constant if we allow it. It's the truth. We can change our future and learn from our past. We should only try to transform ourselves, not somebody else, as this is against free will. True. So that's why in this slave archetype, you're not trying to transform whatever the externals are that you're hemorrhaging your energy to. And I know that word's intense, but Carolyn Mace is pretty right on with that. We hemorrhage a lot of willpower through blame. Just one example, right? Rather, that you're using your free will to hand it to something higher than you. And you know, if the word God doesn't do it for you, higher power, what do I say? God, Goddess, Zeus, Buddha, Jesus, Zan, Jaina, Fred, Wilma, pick one, pick them all. The great unity of all that is, supreme, genderless, raceless being that we all truly are. Do not judge others too quickly or harshly. Relax a little and rise. Relax and rise. Look, I love watching videos on otters, okay? I just do, and Benedict Cumberbatch looks like one. How can I not, right? They're fun, they're playful. They actually have some at Atlantis on Long Island. I don't mean the sunken continent or the Bahamas resort. I mean out in Riverhead, Long Island, the aquarium. Oh my God, it's been hours watching otters, and you can go like sit in hot tubs with them. I would love to. I'm a Pisces moon, of course I would love to. So look, in this bookie book they go into the mythos. We're not touching it right now, and the animal behavior, we're not going there. We're going to focus on the magic. Breathe this in. In almost every culture that has mythos around otters, they are seen as highly magical, intelligent, and certainly transformational creatures. I agree. When you are doing magical workings to transform yourself from one state to another, their energy will be welcome. Otter magic also encourages you to let go of burdens and be lighter. Remember what it is like to float on your back, maybe hand in hand with a friend with an oyster on your chest. I mean a literal oyster, not something else. Tense up and you sink, right? Like you just can't float like this. You gotta kind of let go and relax, right? Surrendering your will to the divine. Point your canoe downstream, drop the oars, Abraham Hicks, white courtesy telephone. Tense up and you sink. The more you relax, the higher you rise. Work. I mean, that's lovely, and certainly that's going to give you the levity that you need to take this leap of faith. But it doesn't mean you have to pull the trigger all at once. I do think that that message there of transformation is connected to dispelling sadness. I will feel better once I get the rest I need, because just referring to the butterflies again, right? There's the egg. Think of that as the ego, the personality that rises from an inflamed nervous system. The personality, the caterpillar, that's the role you play. That has the nervous system. The soul, right? The cocoon phase of it, and the butterfly, the higher self. It's a good way to look at it. It may not be accurate completely all the way through, but think of that, what's going on in the caterpillar, not in the caterpillar, in the pupa phase, right? In the cocoon phase, nothing. You just gotta let go. You have to let it unravel, right? Let the soul do its work. Essentially, the caterpillar completely liquefies, except the liver, and then something eats the liver. I don't know. Save the liver. Let's get your last card down. This makes sense, though, particularly with that trying to balance yourself on the inner, the mental, emotional stuff. You need a break. You need a rest. You need to lighten up, which is good guidance and grace for all of us. Last card down, since we just had Stacy DeMarco, because I love her name. Now we've got Lucy Cavendish, the Blessed Be Mystical Celtic blessing cards to enrich and empower. I love her work. I just need the look glass for the bookie book for a little part of this. This is the blessing, the hidden blessing that's already in this thing that the alchemy from lead to gold should not just reveal to you intellectually, but you can directly experience. Please take a nice deep breath. For as we started with the collective pantheons, we end with the collective pantheons. Last card down, the pantheon of pantheons, all cultures, all races, all religions, all everything, right? Even starseed, celestials, whatever. For the Sagittarius collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading, what is the hidden blessing? Right? A little carrot rather than the stick to help them alchemize the slave archetype, surrendering their power of choice, their chakra, to the divine with complete trust. Wildcard archetype can manifest in all sorts of different ways, finding their balance with the Two of Pentacles in to then take the leap of the Fool without dispelling sadness, taking the rest that they need. If they are feeling sad, right, they'll feel better once they get the rest they need, and they will be able to tap into that love for themselves, which is where it begins, and love makes the difference. Love can help heal past hurts and provide a sense of security, self-worth, and importance, which certainly with that otter energy working with them, that they're going to transform in that rest and that floating on their back. So this is not a phoenix transformation. This is a sea otter transformation. So what is the blessing you've placed upon them, my beloved pantheons of the divine, that will be revealed to them? Even if they never see it, they'll experience it this full to new September, October. A blessing for a mother. Your mother. Your mother. Grew up on Long Island hearing that every 30 seconds. Oh yeah, your mother. Card number 12. And look at her. Look at her. Is she dressed, well, I guess she's dressed in leather. Brown, maybe some suede going on there. Let's not do fashion police. But she do got horns. She got some horns here. So blessings for a mother. Now I see the analytics. I see who watches my channel. I am well aware that the predominance is female and of a certain age, that are mothers or grandmothers. So if this is you, breathe it in. Oh, and this is long. All right, I'm going to give you the whole thing though, because why? You're worth it. Breathe. A blessing for a mother. A blessing for a mother so that she knows and deeply understands the sacred and challenging path she walks, and appreciates that the state and the rights of motherhood evolve just as her child will grow and change into their own true self. To birth the child within. Birth the child into the world through the cauldron of the womb, and feed the babe at the breast, and yet need to learn how to let it go. Oh, I get it. It's a question. It's like, so to do all of this, you've got to grow it within yourself, feed it from your own body. If you do, you do you. And then let it go. That is the test and the quest of motherhood. and you are its initiate, for within motherhood are great paradoxes and contradictions. To be a mother is to be at once yourself and another. Tricky. Well, we're all one, but I get what they're saying. It's one-on-one dynamic second chakra, right where the baby gestates. To be a mother is a yearning for the well-being of another, dearest in all the world, yet imperfect and growing and wild and unknowable. Lord knows I was hell on earth as a teenager. Where do you think I got my nickname from? Mal. Means evil in several different languages, also my initials. How is it that a mother can carry the yearning, the care, the delight, the love, the intimacy, and the purity of motherhood? The sheer hard work of it, the feeding and the cleaning of the young, and within all of this, the desire to give birth again to the self who you are becoming through this great initiation. In other words, this ain't just about your kid. Maiden, mother, and crone, the three phases of womanhood. There is the masculine version, son, father, sage. So this is not even about gender. By the way, I have a strong mother archetype in me. So I give birth to companies and I mother cats. To be a mother is to be deeply your own true self and yet selfless. To love another deeply and open up yet another room and another within your heart. To be a mother is to see the world's children and babes as your own. Sounds like a nightmare. It is to be primal, prehistoric, and ageless, beyond dogma and preaching. You are the creator of all, and once you were worshipped. That's just the intro. Here comes the blessing. Breathe. For all mothers everywhere, may you be blessed with your children's well-being. May motherhood ignite in you the flame of healing for any wounds from your own childhood. May the earth mother you and bless you as you walk through the challenges of the way of the mother. May your arms be strong, but not so tight as to not know when to soften and release the tender ones from that fierce protection. May your womb quicken with healthy babes, and may their delivery into this world be as deep and initiatory as this stepping between the worlds was always meant to be. The Fool card, between the worlds. May you know your value lies beyond that of your fruitfulness and is within the characters you've helped shape and the lessons you've taught. Forgive yourself for your imperfections, for mothering is a sacred task that we are all untaught at. We must find our way through, feel sheer instinct, and that mother's love that all desire. And when it comes to the time when you will no longer hear the young, may the young come to you and recognize all you have done, and the warmth of their affection and gratitude. You may grow old with joy as your companion. For the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. So mote it be, and blessed be. That's lovely. Let me put it together for you really quickly, though, while we got the background music playing. You're going to surrender your power, your willpower to something higher. Maybe the Divine Mother, right? Bringing yourself into balance, heart, throat, third eye crown. Getting your stability to move that from the 2 to the 3. And taking a leap of faith, but certainly if you're feeling sad, it's telling you, mama, regardless of your gender or even if you have kids, symbolic mother, archetypal mother there, that you need some rest. You need to let your nervous system unwind, because love makes the difference. Loving yourself, loving others in this transformation you are going through. I could totally see this, somebody going from maiden phase to mother phase, or from mother phase to crone. I'm a crone doula. I help mothers turn into crones. until there's a better word, we're using prone. Because there was a blessing on the mother here, that you are, that you were, that you will be, regardless of gender, your own creative gestative process of conception, gestation, labor, and birth, of creativity, of literal children. May you be blessed with all that you need in this, so that this shadow side, this shadow work that you do, this full moon to new moon next is just amazing. And if you want a private read, I read for mothers all the time of all different stages of development. Please reach out. Watch the video if you like. It's a fun one. Read my book, Words of Grace, if you'd like more guidance with the chakra stuff we talked about here. And certainly this has made me want to call my mom. Oh, and it's the weekend. I got to call my mom anyway. So wishing you all the very best and the very blessed of this full moon to new September into October. My beloved Sagittarius asses, hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.